Hello and welcome to the Intuitive Heart Healer podcast. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about what it means to live in your heart center, living from your heart and doing everything with love. My name is Valeri McLaughlin and I am your host, Intuitive Heart Healer, energy artist, and spiritual guide. I help people connect with their heart so they can live greater with spirit, living a life filled of joy, happiness, love, and guided by their soul and intuition. I want to thank you all for joining me today. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about your heart center. And what does that mean? I was a person who spent so much time in my head trying to figure out what to do next and plan and overanalyze every little detail and every little thing. And over my journey, I have moved to live into my heart space. And that is what I really want to teach everybody, is to go back to our natural space, the space we were actually meant to live from, and to live from our hearts. What does that mean, living in your heart center? Well, it is living life with love, living life with what makes you feel good. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to feel sad or you're not going to be angry. It doesn't mean that you're not going to feel different emotions. That's not what that means. It means that you're going to be in this space, and when somebody asks you, "Oh, would you like to come over for dinner?" When you're in that space, you're going to know whether it's that hell yes or if it's no. And you're going to respond with that no without feeling guilty, without feeling like you should, without feeling like you're hurting somebody or letting them down. You're going to say a no because you know that that's what is right for you and everyone involved. You're going to do things that make you happy, that bring you joy and love. And yes, sometimes you're going to do those things that maybe not bring you joy and love, but you know just feels right and you're exactly where you're meant to be. Where's your heart center? I look at this as that we have 7 major chakras within our bodies. The lower chakras, your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, are your earthbound chakras. Your higher chakras, your throat, your third eye, your crown, are more of your spiritual chakras, your connection to spirit. And that chakra that connects your earthbound chakra and your spiritual chakra is your heart chakra. And your heart chakra is all about love. It's about giving love and it's about receiving love. It's amazing. It's an amazing spot to be. And as you give, you open yourself up to receive. And as you receive, you open yourself up to be able to give more. So it's a beautiful space of ebb and flow. What you put out, you receive back. What you receive, you put back. And that keeps the ebb of flow in your heart center going. Giver, as you give, you are actually meant to also receive. So what happens when we are in our head space and not in our heart space as givers, we overextend ourselves, we overgive. We feel like we have to do something, or we feel guilty if we don't do that, or we feel fear that somebody's going to look at us differently. We are in judgment and judging ourselves and others. That giver, when they're in that space, also does not allow themselves to receive, which is the other important part of the heart center, is the receiving. You don't allow yourself to receive help because you think, and not feel, you think that you will be less than. You think that other people will think of you and judge you because you're accepting help. You think that if somebody helps you and you don't do it yourself, you're not good enough. But that's not what your heart's saying. That's what your head's saying. If you're in constant receive mode and not giving, you're coming from a spot where you want to take on everything because you have this feeling like you're never going to get enough. If you are in the receiving mode constantly and not giving, you're blocking yourself from more coming in. If you're in the constant taking mode, you are not necessarily putting other people first, and you're not necessarily putting yourself first because you're constantly expecting people to do things for you. You're constantly expecting your friend to be there to listen to all your troubles, but as soon as your friend starts to talk about theirs, you shut down. And then you may think, I don't understand. Why aren't my friends here for me? Why aren't the people that I love and care for here for me? Because you're in the constant taking mode and taking mode. Your heart chakra is an ebb and flow. It's a constant movement. It's meant to do things without fear, without judgment, without attachments, without expectations. And when you begin to let those things go, that's when you begin to live into your heart center. And you begin to allow yourself to be filled with love. And that actually allows you to connect with your intuition, your spiritual self, even deeper and greater. Because you're in that receiving mode. You allow that guidance to come through. You're not in your head going, well, this is what I heard, but was this my thought or was this something else? Is this really what I want to do? Is this good for everybody else? You're just in that receive. You receive and you do. You receive and you do. You receive, I know it's true. I feel it in my heart. It feels good. In your heart center is also where that connection to divine love lives. It's where your soul came from. Or actually, I should say where your soul first evolved from was from your heart. And in that is that beautiful divine love. That connection to that unconditional love. That love that comes from Source. That is the most peaceful, joyful, happy feeling in the world. That divine love does not expect you to be a certain way. It doesn't give you love with expectations that you should do this or you should do that. It doesn't have attachment that I give you this love and now you have to do this. That divine love is in service to you. It's in service to you because your purpose here is happiness and love. And we forget this. And we spend a lot of time beginning to remember this. And part of that journey in remembering and reconnecting to your heart center, to that divine love, to that part of your soul, is beginning to release your judgment, your judgment on others and your judgment on yourself. It's beginning to really understand your self-worth and that you are deserving of love and happiness. It is letting go of guilt, and it's remembering that when you take care of you, live in this heart, you receive love and acceptance. You can give love and acceptance. When you make sure that your heart is filled, you can be of greater service to others. You can be there for your family because you can be there for yourself. You can be there for your job because you're energized and filled. You're not overextending to yourself to a point where you can't go any further. And then you act out in frustration and anger. And you begin to judge others because of that. When really you just didn't take the time for you. And you begin to forget what that love is. So I want to take a pause right here and take a moment right here. And I want to connect you into your heart space and give you a glimpse of what it feels like to be in that heart space, to feel the divine unconditional love. So if you're driving or doing something at this point, maybe you can hit the pause button and come back to this at another time, or listen through and come back to it later on when you have the moment to be able to sit or lie down. So get comfortable, and if you like, close your eyes and take a deep cleansing breath in, filling up your lungs all the way down into your belly. And let it slowly release. Take another really deep cleansing breath in, really nice and slow, filling up your lungs all the way down into your stomach. And slowly begin to release it out and let go of all that tension and stagnant energy. I'd like you to take another deep breath in, but this time breathing into the top of your crown, pulling all the energy from your body up to your crown, and then blowing all the stagnant, unused energy out the bottom of your feet. Do that one more time, bringing all your energy when you breathe in up to your crown, and then breathe out all that stagnant energy out to the bottom of your feet. And bring your focus onto your heart center. And I want you to fill up a sphere of all your love and all your joy, all your happiness from all parts of you. And then I want you to imagine the sphere is hooked on to a cord. And you send that sphere all the way down your spine, out the bottom of you, into the layers of Mother Earth, all the way down to her core, her heartbeat, her fiery center. And I want you to release that love and joy and happiness of yours into her core, into her heartbeat. And she, in return, is going to fill it back up with all her love, with all her nurturing, with all her support, all her compassion. And she's going to send that sphere up that cord all the way into your heart center. And take a few moments right now to feel her love mixing with yours. Feel it spread throughout your body. Feel it in your fingers and in your toes. Notice if you have a smile on your face, or maybe some tears in your eyes. That's that feeling of that pure unconditional love that Mother Earth gives us, without any expectations. She gives it to us wholeheartedly. Now I want you to fill up another sphere with only your love, your happiness, your joy. And once you fill it up, I want you to imagine that it's going up a tube, up into your throat, into your head, and out the top of your crown. As it continues to float all the way up to the great Father Sky. To that beautiful yellowy orange ball of fire we call the sun, the heartbeat of the sky. And as soon as your sphere gets to the sun, it releases all your love. So the great Father can feel how much you love him, how much you appreciate the light he gives. Because of the light that he shines down on us, we can see our light in the world. Because of that light allows things to grow. Gives us the sunshine. And the warmth. And as your sphere releases, Father Sky fills it up with all his love, with all his compassion, with all his joy, with all his bright, shiny light. And when it's completely filled up, he sends it back down to you. And it moves down into your heart center, and it releases. And take this time and feel it move through your body. Feel it in your solar plexus, in your stomach. Feel it in your heart. Maybe feel the heat. Notice if you have a smile, or even if you have tears. This is the pure, unconditional love that you're feeling from the great Father Sky. The love given to you without expectations, without judgments, without attachments. And feel how the love between the mother and the father and the child mix together. Filling up that heart with so much love, so much compassion. And at this moment, ask your heart, what do you need to know right at this moment? And whatever that first thing that popped into your head, or that first feeling that you felt, or the image that you saw, or just that knowing that you just know what it is, that is your answer. It comes from your heart with the guidance of the Great Mother and the Great Father. Know it to be true. Know it to be real. Thank you, Great Mother and Great Father, for shining your love on me. It feels so good to know and feel how much you love and cherish me, and that it's giving to me without expectations, without attachments, without judgment. It's given to me just because you want me to feel love and happiness and joy. And I am eternally grateful for all of that and all that you give. Oh. And take a few breaths in and out. And whenever you're ready, just open up your eyes and come back into the space, bringing all that love, joy, and happiness with you. Oh. That's just a little piece of what it feels like to feel the love and to be in your heart center and can be connected to that source and that guidance. And imagine what your life would look like if you spent most of your time in that heart center. Imagine all the beauty that you would see all around. And I'm not just talking about the sunset or the big rainbow in the sky. I'm talking about the beauty that's in the flowers, that's on that ladybug, that's within your heart. The beauty of the smile the stranger gave you, or the wave hello from a little child. The beauty of the lessons that we are taught in this great life, whether they come easily or not. Living in the heart space, you can enjoy the moment and be ever present. And you can connect to receive the guidance, to manifest and create the life that you desire. And you can spread your love and light to the world. And by spreading your love and light, you help others to spread their love and their light. So go out and spread your love today. Practice and being in your heart center. And the more you do, the more you just begin to live in that center. And if you'd like to work with me, just click on the link to my website, intuitivehearthealer.com. Follow my Facebook group, Intuitive Heart Healer, and join me for my next Intuitive Heart Healer podcast. And spread some more love by liking and subscribing to my podcast. Thank you all so much for listening. I am so grateful for every single one of you. Sending you all my love. Until next time, bye-bye.